Happy Friday, U.S. history. Great to see you again. We are continuing to talk about the Cold War. Cold War lasted from the end of World War II all the way to the 1980s. That's why I thought I'd put a little 1980s music on. I kind of feel like I'm back in the 1980s. As a child, there wasn't a lot to do in the 1980s. We didn't have the technology that we do today. And so my days consisted a lot of, especially before I learned how to drive, of sitting there wishing I could be with my friends, eating a lot of processed food, doing my homework, and flipping through channels, but nothing was on. So definitely feels like 1980s. With that said, that's why I chose today's soundtrack. This song is called Young Hearts. It's from the original Karate Kid. And if you haven't seen the original Karate Kid, you need to somehow get a hold of that movie and watch the original Karate Kid. And if you haven't seen the original one, or if you have, you need to watch Karate Kid Part 2. Also, an excellent movie that is underrated. I don't know what's going on there. All right. So anyways, that's our music for today. Kind of reminiscent of those 1980s. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what we're doing today. So under Friday, you're going to find that only this video is in the Friday work. Why is that? Because what you're going to be doing is you've taken notes on the Stalin video. And the Stalin video works. If anybody was having problems with that, it is up and working. We troubleshooted that and fixed it all up. If you haven't done those notes, you need to get on those notes, okay? Remember, you're only taking notes on that Stalin video to prove the statement that you've been assigned false, okay? So make sure you look at your statement before you start that video so you know what kind of notes you're looking for, all right? Once you've taken the notes, then you're ready to start step 2. If you haven't taken the notes, you're behind, and your procrastination is going to cause a lot more work than you really should need to do for this, okay? So once you've taken your notes, what I want you to do is go back to Wednesday, and you're going to start writing your paragraph. Your paragraph is going to be a paragraph with strong evidence to prove your statement false. And this is why we did that highlighting assignment the other day, okay? You want to make sure that your paragraph, just like the Mao Zedong paragraph, has a topic sentence. A lot of times that topic sentence is going to be kind of a restatement of the question or the prompt, except remember, you're proving that statement false. So for me, my false statement was Mao Zedong was the least deadliest leader of all time. So my topic sentence was Chinese Communist leader Mao Zedong was the deadliest leader of the 20th century. So it's saying to you, this is proving that statement false, okay, by having it say the opposite. Then I have one piece of evidence here highlighted in green, whether it was political dissenters that were intentionally sentenced to death or the millions of Chinese that were intentionally starved to death by Mao's government policies. Mao was responsible for over 40 million lives lost. I think this is the most important part to remember. You want to use specific evidence. 40 million lives. Okay, you don't want to just say general terms. A lot of you write in very general terms. You want specific evidence. Then you need a second piece of evidence. From 1958 to 1961, Mao attempted to organize the steel industry and agriculture into communes in an attempt to create a strong, economically equal society. These policies, although inefficient, were not abandoned despite growing number of Chinese that were living in poverty and starving. There's specific evidence. Now, I've cited all my evidence by putting in what part it was. Well, since we had to change up the video, you can just write the myth of Stalin in parentheses to cite your source, okay? Then I have a concluding sentence. The blood on Mao Zedong's hands was double that of Hitler and Stalin combined, making Mao the 20th century's most deadly leader. It reinforces exactly what I was saying in that topic sentence, but just worded a little differently and has kind of a compare contrast in there. So that's what you're doing. You're writing a 4 or 5 paragraph essay, kind of like mine. Mine's 5 paragraph. A 4 or 5 paragraph, no, sorry, not paragraph, 4 or 5 sentence essay paragraph. That's it. Okay. So that is your assignment for this Friday. So the assignment is not in Friday, it's under Wednesday, where your assigned false statement is. Okay. So if you have questions, be sure to ask me. This is going to be due for you guys on Sunday, April 12th at 11:59. All right. So you should have plenty of time. If you're having issues with that, just email me. Let me know. Okay. All right, guys. That is it. I wish you a happy Friday. I wish you a happy weekend. Hopefully, you're getting out now because it's supposed to snow this weekend. And when it snows, maybe watching Karate Kid Part 1 or Part 2, the originals, not the one with Will Smith's kid. All right, guys. See you later.